Hey guys! Again, it's been way too long. It has been a week since I recorded my last tutorial. I tell you, I'm really enjoying my time off, but at the same time I'm getting really antsy, I need to record a video. I haven't talked to you guys in forever. So I thought today, while I have like an hour to spare today. Literally our schedule has just been so crazy that I have to snatch hours here and there. But I have an hour this morning and I thought it would be a good idea to do kind of a fuss-free holiday makeup tutorial. So we actually just got back from France yesterday. Myself and Paul went over to France to have a look at our wedding venue. If you didn't know, we're going to be getting married in France next year. And it is beautiful. It was such a gorgeous couple of days. We only got to spend 2 days there, so it just absolutely flew by. But I had to bring carry-on with me, so I had to fit all of my makeup and skincare and beauty products and all that kind of stuff in one of those little Ziploc bags so that I could bring it on with carry-on. And I thought it would be a good idea to kind of show you what I brought and what I would bring on my holidays if I'm bringing carry-on, because it's that time of year for a lot of people going on your holidays. And if you're traveling with Ryanair, I know 9 times out of 10 you pack carry-on. You don't check in bags because it's just too expensive otherwise. So yes, I'm just going to show you a really simple, quick way to do your makeup when you're on your holidays, that it doesn't take too long, it doesn't eat into your drinking time or your beach time, and you can fit it in your carry-on. So let's go. Alright, so all of my makeup is absolutely manky. I don't know, have you noticed this, but when you bring your makeup on holidays and it's all squished into bags like this, all of the makeup just rubs off on each other, so everything is covered in a little bit of foundation. So the first thing I'm going to do is put on some sunscreen. That is absolutely vital all year round, not just when you're on holidays, but you do want to definitely make sure you're wearing sunscreen when you're on holidays or vacation for my American viewers. So I, at the moment, am using the Alpha H Protection Plus Daily 50 Plus, so it's a 50 plus SPF. It's really nice, it's not too oily. And it actually has a little bit of a tint in it that kind of makes it look like your skin is a bit brighter. So generally when I'm on my holidays, I don't like to wear foundation, but I do like to bring a foundation with me, because sometimes for nights out, I don't know, maybe we'll be going somewhere nice for dinner and I'll want to put on a little bit more makeup, so I do like to have my foundation there just in case. So what I do is bring a foundation, and if I want a more kind of lighter coverage, tinted moisturizer type product, I'll mix that foundation with the sunscreen, or if I do bring a moisturizer, I'll mix it with the moisturizer, rather than having to bring a tinted moisturizer or a BB cream and a full coverage foundation. I'll just make my own tinted moisturizer. But what I generally tend to do for during the day is just wear some concealer and a little bit of powder, and that is kind of enough coverage for me, and it's really quick and easy to do. So right now oh god, my hands are covered in sunscreen so I can't open anything. So I really like the L'Oreal Touche Magique for that, because it's nice and brightening, it's in a pen, you've got the little brush there, it's really compact. And I'll just start off under my eyes. Just basically blend that in anywhere that you feel like you're a little bit red. So because I have oily skin, I find that I can get away with putting on a little bit of a kind of medium coverage powder, and although it does look quite matte at first, after about 10 minutes in any kind of heat or humidity, my skin naturally produces oils and my skin looks nice and glowy without being too oily. So I do like wearing powder, and my favourite powder, you all know this, is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. Because there's a decent amount of coverage in it. It's not full coverage like Studio Fix is, but there's enough coverage in it to even you out, and it's not totally matte, so it does work well when you don't want to look really powdery. And I love this so much, in fact, that mine is absolutely nearly gone. I just have a little bit on the very edge. I meant to get some in the airport, but ran out of time. So this is going to even out the rest of my skin, where the concealer just got the really red bits. This is going to get any kind of unevenness across my cheeks or on my forehead. Next I'm going to do some bronzer. I love to wear bronzer all year round, but I especially love it when I'm on holidays. I don't naturally get a tan, so it just makes me feel a little bit more like everybody else. So I'm going to be using my Rouge Bunny Rouge at Golcombe Bay, and look what happened. The bloody thing fell out, so I'm just going to have to super glue that back in when I get home. I'm just going to use the same brush, and I'm going to start buffing that. I'm going to start buffing it kind of from underneath my cheekbone, but then bring it up onto my cheekbone, because we want to use this more in a sun-kissed way rather than in a contouring way. And then onto the very top of my forehead. And bring it onto my neck a little bit, just to give me a little contouring down there. And then I'll pop a little bit on my nose as well, because you would get colour on your nose. Next, I'm going to add some highlighter to my skin. You all know that I love my highlighter, again, no matter what time of the year, but I just think it looks beautiful in the summertime. And this is one of the products that I bought in Boots in the first couple of weeks I was here. So it was in my Boots haul video, which I'll have linked on the screen here if you haven't seen it. But it is the Soap & Glory Glow All Out highlighter. And the reason I really, really like this is it has a little bit of colour in it. So if you don't like to wear a strong blush, you could totally get away with this as a blush, as long as you're kind of a light to medium skin tone. I don't think it would show up on a darker skin tone. But the shimmer that's in it is so almost wet looking, like it's not glittery. So if you're in daylight, in direct sunlight, you're not going to look like you've got glitter all over your face. It's just a beautiful, like, wet sheen. It almost looks more like a cream highlight than a powder highlight. Using the same brush, I'm just going to pop that vaguely in the area of my cheek. I'm not being terribly precise with this makeup, but just kind of start applying it to the top of the cheekbones, and then I'm actually buffing it onto my cheek as well. It's not super duper shiny, so you can kind of get away with that. I'll do a little bit down my nose. And then for my cheek colour, you guessed it, this is kind of what I always seem to do when I'm saving space packing, is to use my lipstick as my blush. I know you're probably bored of me doing this, but it's what I actually do in real life, and I just think it's such a great way to save space. And this is the same one again that I featured in my haul video. This is the Kate Moss, the Rimmel Kate Moss number 16. It's just, this colour is the perfect holiday blush colour. It's that lovely kind of corally peachy pink. And it's quite a matte kind of consistency, like a satiny matte. So it's perfect for your cheeks. It's not too like glossy or sticky for your cheeks. Now for the eyes, I tend not to spend too much time on my eyes when I go out. I'm usually all about the skin. I just want my skin to look really fresh and glowing, but obviously you want a little bit of definition on your eyes. So I'm just going to go back into the concealer. You could use an eyeshadow primer if if that's really important to you and you don't like your eyeshadow creasing at all, or if you've just got really, really oily eyelids, absolutely bring an eyeshadow primer. It's not really the top of my concern list, so I just tend to use whatever concealer I've brought with me. Now I've brought one eyeshadow brush, and again, my brushes are absolutely disgusting. Sorry, I haven't washed them because I'm on my holidays and I don't want to wash brushes on my holidays. So for the colour on my lid, I'm going to go back into the Soap & Glory highlighter. And this, when you put it on the eyes, you get that beautiful shine, but you can also see that kind of pinky colour coming through in it, which is lovely. It just adds like a hint of colour to the eyes. And then to add a little bit more colour and definition into my crease, I'm going into my bronzer. So you can see we're definitely getting the most out of the products that we have. So I'm just going to buff this bronzer kind of into the crease and onto the lid on the outside half of the eye. But again, I'm not being terribly precise about this. This isn't really constructed makeup, it's just nice washes of colour. And just before I pop on some mascara, I'm going to tightline my top waterline with my Eye of Horus black pencil. This is kind of optional, but I do think it makes a bit of a difference when you're not doing a lot to your eyes. If you just tightline the top waterline, it really, really gives you that extra definition and opens the eye up again, but it doesn't look like you're wearing a ton of makeup, you know? For mascara, of course, you could use a waterproof mascara. I'm not going to use a waterproof mascara because I really, really dislike waterproof mascaras, just because I hate having to wash them off at the end of the day. So even if I know I'm going to the beach or something, if I know I'm going to be in the water, I just won't wear mascara, you know. But if you really, really like to wear mascara all the time, wear waterproof mascara. But I'm not going to do that. And also I find that this mascara, the Clump Crusher, generally doesn't smudge under my eyes. So even if I'm in a very hot or humid environment, it doesn't smudge on my under eye area. So I don't need to wear a waterproof mascara for that reason. But if you have one that you really like, absolutely use it. But I'm just going to use my regular old Clump Crusher. And this is actually so dry. I really should have thrown this out a while ago actually. But I love using really dried up mascaras on my holidays because it just coats your lashes, makes them look a little bit black, but it doesn't bulk them up too much. So again, you're just keeping the look really nice and natural and effortless. I think that's the key actually. I just want my makeup to look effortless. Nearly there. I'm just going to run a little bit of gel through my brows, and on this trip I brought my Anastasia tinted brow gel in the colour Caramel, and I really like it. I'm not using a pencil because too much hassle. I don't know about you, but when I do my brows, I could sometimes spend like 15 minutes doing my eyebrows with a pencil and I don't even notice the time going by. You know, in my head it's like 3 minutes have passed, but I've actually spent 15 minutes like trying to perfect my brows, so it's a bit dangerous. So a gel is just nice and quick and easy. Last but not least, on my lips, I'm first going to put on some of the Lanolips Lip Balm, or the Lanolips 101 ointment I should say, so it's just like a multitasking balm. And for just a pop of colour, I'm going to use the same lipstick that I used on my cheeks. Just kind of massage it into the balm. And there you have it. So again, I know it's like similar to my last video, it's not the most outrageous look in the world, but it is an infinitely wearable and I think a useful tutorial, so I really hope you enjoyed it. You can see how much space all of that makeup has taken up, so, and not all of that stuff needs to go into one of these Ziploc bags as well, obviously your powders and stuff don't need to, so pretty compact. And you could totally jazz this up for a nighttime look by adding a stronger lipstick, or even a pop of a coloured eyeliner would be amazing, and that would just kind of be enough to transform it into a nighttime look. I am in Ireland for another week. I have just over a week left to go. We fly back Monday week. It's Friday today. So I probably won't be back to my usual schedule for another couple of weeks, maybe a week and a half. But I'm going to try next week. Next week I'm in Galway all week for like 5 days. So I'm going to try and actually do a proper like up close, maybe a slightly more dramatic tutorial, because obviously I haven't done one of them in a while. So I'll try my best for you guys, but I really hope you enjoyed this video anyway. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!